big games now, getting the ball on Friday. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. But I think overall with this team, I think we have probably 5 Friday night starters. So it's obviously an honor to get the ball first, but definitely got to continue to work as the season goes on because I mean, my spot's not guaranteed every week. So continuing to kind of build on my starts and continue from there.
What was the conversation like with Jay? What did he tell you? Why did he believe in you? I guess the new guy.
Yeah, I think I did well this fall and this spring session, just kind of getting ahead and throwing a lot of strikes, and I think that kind of put yourself in a situation to kind of put yourself in trust in Coach Johnson. I think that's his ultimate goal. He loves pitchers that have a lot of trust, so I think that maybe for him that was maybe the reason why he chose me.
Do you feel like you're the tone setter then for the weekend? How do you approach it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in every inning, trying to set the tone one inning at a time, and so on Friday I'll be ready to get it all I got every inning. So.
What's the biggest difference for you from this time last year to right now as the Friday starter?
Yeah, I think experience helped a lot. Obviously, I had some ups and downs last year, and that helped. And I think learning from those situations, and I mean, I'm ultimately, I think picking up a slider has been a big help of mine. Just continuing to pound the mitt and get in the zone a lot more often.
What sort of unlocked the slider for you?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of, I think with the slider, it's just like a one pitch, like you just feel it come off your hand. And for me, that's what it was. And we worked on it a lot. And at the end of the spring, I actually was throwing it, but it wasn't really there. And it was more of like a slurve. So I think getting to that situation where I feel really comfortable with it has really been the key to my success.
Staff has said you really belong as a leader, taking the transfers and the new guys under your wing. What made you want to do that?
Yeah, I think being the Friday night starter, I think it puts yourself in that kind of situation already. But I think that I can only pitch probably 6 or 7 innings on the weekend, and we got a lot of innings ahead of us. So I think that bringing those other guys along will ultimately benefit me and benefit the team as well.
You mentioned this is kind of like a childhood dream.
Yeah.
Grow up in Louisiana, you played St. Paul's. So how does it feel to get the ball here?
Yeah, I mean, it's ultimately an honor. So I'll be excited on Friday for sure.
Anthony and Chase are going to be backing you up on Saturday and Sunday. Can you maybe just speak to what those two have brought to the table this spring and what we can expect, I guess, this weekend?
Yeah, for me, honestly, I think it made it a lot difficult for me to get the Friday night spot. I mean, they're constantly pushing me, and I respect them. I would say that they're grinders. Like Pearson said earlier, we got a lot of guys on the team that can ultimately push each other, and I think that's the key to success.
You have a very repeatable delivery. Has that just been really helpful in you just sort of finding your way as a pitcher, finding your way with your location with adding a pitch like the slider?
Yeah, talk a lot about the mental game with Coach Yeski, and I think that consistency is kind of the big factor for me ultimately to get deep into games, but also just throw one pitch after another, and not necessarily like changing everything after one pitch, just making it like just finding the mitt. So I think that's helped a lot for me.
I think we all expect Louise to probably get the start tomorrow. But is there a guy that you've worked with that you like, or do you feel like all your options behind the plate are kind of where you want them to be?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with all 4 of them, and we got a deep catching staff, which has helped kind of the relationship with all the pitchers and catchers together. I think that. Obviously, I'm not sure who's going to catch on Friday, but I'll be ready for whoever is there. And we have a deep relationship with all our guys for sure.
As far as defending, I mean, it feels like everybody's kind of taking a step up, I guess, in that regard. It's got to give you a lot of confidence as well.
Yeah, it gives me confidence, and I think we got the right guys with us this year, and I think that's ultimately been the reason why necessarily we're so high on everyone's the leaderboards of what you could say, but I think that it just goes to show you Coach Johnson brought the right guys in.
Yeah, it's been a theme that we've heard a lot. I guess can you kind of vocalize that a little bit more? Like, what does that mean? Is it just dudes doing the right thing every day, or is it like camaraderie, ping pong table? You know, like what is that?
I think that was an emphasis on Coach Johnson's kind of bringing the right guys in. I would say that we just get along with each other. I'm not sure necessarily like the reason why we get along so well, but I think we all push each other, and they will all work hard. So
You you've had a slight tick up in velocity from last season, at least from a consistency basis. Like, is that a strength thing? Is that a mechanical thing? Like, where do you think that sort of comes from?
Yeah, so I think it all goes on to Chris Martin. I'd say that that was really my main goal this offseason, to kind of put on a little weight and ultimately get stronger. So yeah, shout out to him for kind of pushing me. My freshman year I came in at 167 and I'm 190 now. So I think that just goes to show you that the improvement that he can make.
What's different about the way you bring bench versus other strength?
Yeah, I think it helps that he's young, so we kind of like just get along with all the guys. So and he ultimately pushes you. He's really smart, so he just knows how to like build the right program for each guy, and it's very like one guy to another. Like it's very individually based, which is something that not necessarily had last year. So I think that it just goes to show you the time he spends on each individual.
You said you came in last year 167,
Yeah.
like this past offseason?
No. In my freshman year. Yeah.
Everyone's mentioned how young Chris is, but like, what makes him young? Does that make sense to me? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think he's just one of those guys that like it's really easy to get along with him. So he's like almost like a teammate of ours, which ultimately helps us like build a relationship with each other. I think that's kind of really what I was trying to say.
Well, what does he sort of talk about in terms of?
Yeah, I
young
think
guy things?
he's just a great dude. I think we just get along with each other, and I think that ultimately he's there to push us and continue to get better.
Tell me a little bit more about Ianson's game. It's a name that people aren't really familiar with.
Yeah, I think he throws a lot of strikes, and that's something I look up to. He's probably the most consistent guy I've ever seen. I think week by week you'll continue to see that, but it's been exciting for sure, just watching pitch.
Kate, what did you think of Alex Box the first time you ever went into it as a kid, maybe, and how much of a ally is it for a pitcher, a home pitcher?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it obviously helps a lot. The fans having our back, and the first time I don't really necessarily remember I was that young, but it's been a dream of mine, obviously, and I'll be excited, really excited on Friday.
Did you go to the old box ever?
No, I never been to the old box. I'm not that old. I mean, but
Thanks.
yeah, it's been a long time. But actually, I live technically where Alex Box, the old Alex Box was last year. So that was kind of a cool little fun fact.
Were you ever, as a pitcher here, nervous by Alex Box?
Yeah, I mean, the first time, obviously, the nerves are there. But as of now, I think it's ultimately helped me being a better pitcher and facing those experiences for sure.
Do you like that they raised the fences?
I didn't even know they raised the fences, honestly.
They're a little
But
higher this year.
I guess that's a help for me, I guess. But,
You said the foul territory's got heat up, so
yeah, I think that is something I did understand, but I think that ultimately helps the team more because we're not necessarily we're an offensive-based team, but like we're going to score the most runs we can. So it ultimately helps the hitters, and which is going to help us in the ultimate goal.
You had mentioned that there were 5 guys you could see as a potential Friday night starter. I assume Chase and Anthony are the other two, but are there others that you kind of want to throw into that mix that have really impressed you, or that why you said 5?
Yeah, I think that it just goes to show you the consistency of our staff. I'm not going to name necessarily all the 5, but I think that we probably have more than that, honestly, and it just goes to show you the type of leaders we have and the consistency.
Have you thought about helping Cooper Williams, freshman lefty,
Yeah.
same build even?
Yeah, we're very similar in a lot of ways, so just continuing to build that relationship and invite him to our house to have a steak or something, just small stuff like that. But hey, he's going to be good. He's going to be really good.
You picked off 2 guys in your last start.
Yeah.
Is this new aggressive style of base running making you think more, like putting more pressure on you before pitches, though? Like making you think?
Honestly, I just pick off whenever Coach Yeski tells me to. So, yeah, I just kind of make my pitch and pick off when needed. So I think that it goes to show you the kind of the mindset Coach Yeski has to ultimately when the runner's stealing, he kind of knows. It's honestly crazy. But yeah, I think it goes to show you the offensive side of things that we're really aggressive and we're not going to hold back.
tell me
Was that
about
straight for you in
infield
high school,
defense
too?
for you. It's a little bit new this year.
Say it again,
obviously,
sorry.
the infield defense.
Yeah.
What have you seen in them that's given you enough confidence to believe
Yeah, they can make the spectacular play, but I think it goes to show you the routine plays. I don't see them ever kind of bobble the routine play, which is the ultimate goal. You got to make the routine play, and then if you can make the spectacular play every now and then, that's a little bonus. So.
Was picking off guys, was that a strength for you in high school too?
Yeah, it was. I would say I have a pretty good move, but ultimately I think it goes to show you the defenders that we have to kind of set up the timing with the catchers, and ultimately Coach Yeski helping out as well.
You're gonna have a lot of family at the game on Friday.
I believe so. Yeah, I live an hour away, so they can come over whenever. They're at every game basically. So.
You played in opening, or you guys played and had an opening day last year. What do you remember about that? Is what makes maybe opening day a little different than some of the other regular season games?
Yeah, I'm not going to see it any other way. I think it's just another game. We've been playing for 3 or 4 weeks now, and I can ultimately say that it's just going to be another game on Friday at the end of the day.
All good?
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Kade.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks,
Kade.
Thanks,
Good
man.
luck.